get sauerkraut for New Year's?
Never. No, that's not an Italian thing. No. Italian sausage, maybe.
That's up.
With capoladina.
With what?
Capoladina. Eggplant appetizer.
Oh, okay. When we were brought up, with you did sauerkraut and pork on New Year's Day. That was, and down south it's black-eyed peas and ham hocks, I think.
Yep. No, we'll do capoladina, some Italian bread.
So you'll make it or buy it?
No. I've done both.
Oh.
Chesapeake, Hope Sound, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Brought some corn for popping. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow.
All right. It may be warm down here, but it's cold up north.
Is it really?
Let it snow, let it snow. I like it because that way our friends from up north come down to visit us.
They've been here,
Yeah.
believe me. Have you been out on US 1?
I have been
Have you been on the side streets?
I have been on 95.
And you know what? I have a beef
Yeah.
with our snowflakes and snowbirds that come from up north.
Mm-hmm.
The pedestrians have the right of way here. You can't mow them
I've heard
over
rumors to that effect.
in the parking lots. So if someone is walking in a parking lot, slow down.
Yeah.
Slow down on the side streets because, they if you're walking across the street, you don't want to get nicked and put, on the hood of the car.
No.
And there's,
No.
I've watched it.
Yeah.
Several times in the last couple of weeks, and older people are trying to get from the parking lot into Publix or Walmart or Fresh Market or somewhere, and then these impatient people come whizzing up, and then all of a sudden they slam on their brakes, and then they have this look on their face like, you're in my way.
Yeah.
Well, you're in their way.
Right.
So let's
Pay
just
attention.
slow down and pay attention. Exactly.
Here's a fun thing that people can do when they're in a parking lot is actually look behind you.
Throw tacks down.
Look behind you before you back up. Too often people throw their car in reverse and forget to check.
Exactly. And that's happened today.
Yeah.
The guy was beeping because someone was backing up. And he was in a hurry. He could have stopped for the person at Publix today because the elderly gentleman was backing out. And he was beside a big truck.
Yeah.
So you really couldn't see a lot.
Mm.
And this little car from up north came rushing up and beep, beep, beep. So the guy stopped.
Right.
And the guy whizzed by, and I almost wanted to, if I had a cane, I would have hit the car. Because there was no reason, there was no parking spots, there was no reason for him to go that fast.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. No, I know.
And to be impatient.
Yeah.
You need to get laid back and take a chill pill when you're down here.
Yeah. And the further south you go, the more you have to be cautious.
Oh, well, they're like maniacs down south, but we're not like that here.
Well, we were, over Christmas, we
You
went.
went to Davie, Fort Lauderdale. That's
And
taking your hands into your life.
And I'm telling you, so we left 5 o'clock the following day, right? So we spent Christmas Day down there, and then the next day shopping and
Okay.
And we had lovely dinners both days. So at 5 o'clock, we had an early dinner because that's the way we do things. And so 5 o'clock we're on the road. We didn't roll into Stewart till 7.
Well,
So
that's
2
about
hours.
how long it takes.
2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours.
To get out of, when I go
Oh,
down
we're
to
30
my grandma's grave on
30
441 in Fort Lauderdale, it takes me 2 hours.
But we were south of Fort Lauderdale, obviously.
Right.
But anyway, so
if you were south of Fort Lauderdale, you did pretty good.
yeah.
2 hours was exceptionally well.
But there were places where we were down to 38 miles an hour on
Yep.
95. So it's like,
Yep.
wow. But yeah, so
But you were still moving.
we were patient, yes, and that's what you have
Still,
to do.
yeah.
Yeah.
And if not, you get off an exit, and if you know the back roads and this and that, then you swing around and do that.
Okay, so before we take our next break, I want to tell you about some of the dinners we did, right? So Christmas Day dinner.
Okay.
We went to see my wife's girlfriend down south, and she took us to a Korean restaurant where they do barbecue at the table.
Okay.
Right. So they actually bring out these hot coals
Uh-huh.
and put it in a receiving place on the table. Right, and then there's this enormous vent directly above it, so all the smoke and gets vented out. And the place is super cold when you go in there. And my wife says, "It's cold. Can you?" And I said, "No, honey, it'll be okay." Because once they brought out the hot coals, we were comfortable.
Okay.
But anyways, so they bring out all this food, and then you just put it on the grill and you eat it.
And you grill it yourself.
Yeah. It's kind of like a cross between like fondue and
Uh-huh.
but anyways, it was just kind of a neat thing. And then
Good.
a lot of meats and vegetables, and you kind of cook them up and eat them.
But you did it yourself. It wasn't them cooking Korean
Correct.
for you.
Right, and they give you all these spices, dishes of spices that you dip,
Okay.
sauces and like that. And then you get these like leaves of lettuce, these big broad leaves.
Uh-huh.
And so you really thinly sliced beef. So you cook it real quick on the grill, right? And you take it and put it on the lettuce with the sauce, and you fold it
Fold
up
it up and eat it.
and eat it. It's marvelous. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. What a neat experience.
Okay.
And then the next day we went to a place called Hot Pot, 9 Spices Hot Pot on Sterling Road.
Okay.
We did that. That was pretty cool.
And it was the same type of thing?
Same idea where they bring out a pot of broth and that's heated up at your table on a hot electric burner,
Okay.
right? And so this broth it's just boiling broth, and then there's an assembly line, right? Goes right by your table, a moving assembly line of fresh food, all uncooked, all raw meats and vegetables and fish and clams or whatever, right? And it just comes rolling by, and you just snag whatever it is you want.
Oh,
So it's all you can eat.
okay. So it's one price, all you can eat.
And it's like,
And so you cook it in the broth?
yes, you throw it in there, you let it come to, let it cook it up, and then you've got this marvelous at the end. You got this marvelous soup.
Oh, okay.
And so they have these little soup bowls that
And is it broth or is there vegetables in the soup?
well, they can be because
You can put it
the
in there.
vegetables are in the
They're on
assembly
the
line.
assembly line. Do they bring it by in a cart or is it just
It's
a moving?
a moving thing right by your table. So
That's hard for me to fathom.
Right.
Where are all the tables along the assembly line?
There's sort of like booths. So you sit at a booth, and so for us, the right side of the booth, those just rolled along the right side of the booth, the end of the booth, where a wall would be. It's just instead of there's a wall there, it's an open area,
Okay.
and then there's a booth on the opposite side because that thing just rolls past us and goes to
The other side.
the other side, and so you don't want to be
And
the
how do
last
they
person.
keep all that fresh? I mean, is
Because it
it
comes right out of the kitchen.
in ice? Is the conveyor belt ice cold?
No, but
You know what I mean?
I know it comes right out of the kitchen, comes right to your table. I mean, it's almost as quick as faster than a server can bring it to you.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, it was amazing.
Okay.
And you got to experience. That's very cool.
It sounds, well, they have a lot of different things down there and a lot of
Mhm.
different ethnic cultures down there
Oh
now.
yeah.
Because I know you've gone to the market where they have the goat's heads hanging and and different, sheep
Yeah.
meat and stuff like that. And,
Yeah.
yeah. And
Yeah.
chicken feet.
Yeah.
So, did we go offline?
No, it's just the computer wants to reboot and won't let it. So it's fine.
Okay.
But anyway, so that's what we did over Christmas.
That was nice.
That was after we spent Christmas Day with my daughter, my
Right.
grandkids, and so after we did Christmas morning with them,
Then you went down to Fort Lauderdale.
headed south. Yeah,
Yeah, good.
yeah,
It worked out wonderfully.
it did. Yeah, and it was pretty interesting. It was fun.
Now, was the Sawgrass Mills packed solid with people?
Parking lot yes, the parking lot was full. They have the stacked parking there at Sawgrass, and the parking lot was full.
Okay.
When we were leaving there, their parking lot, there was no more places to park. So people were happy to see us leave. I'm
Oh,
sure.
yeah, I'm sure.
So, But yeah, so we had a marvelous afternoon there, and that was wow. Just I couldn't get over all the people shopping. It's like, dude, I said, I'm
But
thinking
you
to
know
myself,
what? The day after Christmas, they even have bigger sales.
I couldn't get over it. I could not get over it. And people rolling around suitcases. They would buy suitcases and then load them up
Oh,
with
but
stuff.
they're going back to Brazil or South America,
Right.
and that happens a lot. They come
Wow.
into Bayside in Miami, and a lot of Brazilians down there, and
Wow.
they Cubans.
Yeah.
I know when Aurora, my neighbor, her sisters, 3 sisters come and visit every summer. They bring empty suitcases and they fill them up,
Sure. Oh yeah,
and then they take them back.
I believe it.
And then anything that's duty wise, they
Duty-free.
wear.
Oh yeah.
They have to pay duty on it.
Oh,
They'll wear it.
yeah. Sure. Okay.
And that's what people do on cruise ships. If they go and
Oh, yeah.
buy a ring or a watch, they wear it.
Okay. Whoops.
They're cheating.
I forgot.
Yes.
All
We'll
right.
be back. We got a couple more minutes and last show.
Yes. So stick with us. We've got much more to cover.
But there's only one with the potential to save over 400,000 lives every year.
No one comes in all weekend, do they? No one.
Nope. Tricky autopilot. She's all right. Who wants to work on the weekends? Cliff works the weekends up in Fort Pierce because he does. They have a religious program, and he has to work for
Who
that.
does?
Cliff.
Oh, yeah.
Whoever you are,
Whatever you're into.
wherever you go to school.
Who does cop talk? Or does Mike do that?
Mike's supposed to do it. I don't know.
And they do that ahead of time, though, don't
Yeah.
they?
Yeah.
Or visit us on the web at tftnc.org.
On your radio at AM 1450. On the web, plus Google Home and Alexa. From the Treasure Coast Toyota Studios, it's WSTU. Treasure Coast Toyota Federal Highway.
It's dark out.
Yep. When do we hit our winter solstice? You know,
The winter solstice was the 21st.
so we already hit it. So every day's a little bit longer now.
And then that was the full moon. Then that happened around the 21st, the 22nd.
Okay. Cool.
That was the shortest day of the year, was the 21st.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. My father-in-law got married on.
If last Friday, if we would have been on,
Yeah.
we would have talked about all that because that was going on last Friday.
Yeah. Knew it was coming out. Yeah,
So now it gets,
my in-laws got married on June 21st, right?
that's the summer.
solstice. And
Spring is March, and then, is there a fall one? Is that in August?
yeah, that's the
September.
that's the harvest moon. That's
Yeah.
October.
September?
September, October. Yeah. Yeah, I got one more break when I burn. Yeah. Get this break out of the way. And so yeah. So he got.
Did
he was-
Tiffany
he was-
approve of your haircut?
Yes, she loved it. Loved it.
Did she color it?
Yes. Right away. Yeah. Yeah. So my father-in-law used to complain to my mother-in-law because she picked for their wedding night the longest day and the shortest night.
Yeah. Oh,
Rankings will continue to go down as well. Saturday does have the highest rain chances of the weekend. I'm WPTV Storm Team 5 meteorologist Felicia Colton for WSTU 1450 Martin County Heritage Station. Thank you, Felicia. Treasure Coast weather as a
So I-
you has been brought to you by Cobra
are we on?
You are listening to WSTU, Stewart, Jupiter, and Indianow, Martin County's Heritage Station.
know why we're playing that.
Well, it's New Year's Eve coming up.
Coming up. So this is the traditional, this is the New Year's
Oh,
song
that's a
that
song for
Guy
everybody.
Lombardo,
Yes, it is.
right? We listen to this as kids growing up
Every New Year's Eve.
every year.
Did your mom and dad have friends over New
Yep.
Year's Eve
Yep.
and kids say, and friends like my mom and dad did?
Right.
We would do a progressive with my mom's friends.
Yeah.
We would start at one house because that's a lot of the times the only time we could see the Christmas tree. So we'd go to one house and see the tree in another house, and we'd end up at one of the houses, and all the kids would be playing, and we'd be up to like 2 o'clock in the morning,
Wow.
you know, sometimes later. And my mom and dad and everybody, they all didn't really drink, but they played cards and you know, and had either platters of lunch meat or someone cooked a meal, and we had lots of cookies. And if it was snowing outside, the kids would, you know, we'd go
Right.
outside and play in the snow. And then we'd go in the living room and we'd put on the Victrola and dance
Yeah, right.
and listen to music.
Well, what my mom would do, because, she didn't want to leave us out because, they had the little champagne glasses out
Right.
for the adult, beverages, right? But for the kids, we wanted to have something, so we got little glasses with probably Sprite and cherry juice.
Right.
Right? So she put that in there, and that was like, we were in high cotton. We
Right.
loved it.
We did that
Sure.
at family dinners too. We
Right.
had our
Right.
all the kids had their own little, it was almost like a shot glass, but it was like a wine glass, but it was a shot glass.
Right.
And they put something like what you're saying in
Right.
there for us, and then everyone thought they were big stuff.
That's so true.
And it was only done at special times.
Exactly right. Otherwise, if you did it all the time, it wouldn't be special.
Special,
anymore.
right. Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. So do you and Tiffany have a tradition for New Year's?
We're still trying to work that out. But New Year's, as you well know, is also our anniversary.
That's right.
So, our tradition is kind of laid back because we're not big party people.
Is she going to be home or working?
She's scheduled to work, but we may change that. So,
Okay. That's a big day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
is it 3 years now?
Yeah, 3 years. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Generally, I go do something earlier in the day,
Mm-hmm.
on New Year's Eve, and then I'm home.
Yeah.
And sometimes the neighborhood comes out,
Oh, and then,
You know.
right? Yeah.
and we'll all sit outside or go back, bits back and forth or whatever, and see what's happening.
And when did the fireworks? When did that tradition start with fireworks? I know before that, people would actually go outside and shoot off their firearms.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
But then when you're plucking bullets out,
Well,
of, out of
remember-
your roof, then you know that, okay, maybe we shouldn't do that anymore.
If you remember, several years, Francis Langford put on the fireworks at Indian Riverside Park.
Yes.
And then that went by the wayside. And so then that's a big tradition. In Jensen's, people do fireworks.
Right.
I'm not a big fireworks person. I like sparklers.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
I feel bad for the animals because some people get really carried away.
Yeah.
Not as much as at 4th of July, but you'll hear fireworks going on in all the neighborhoods. So put your calming shirt on your dog or your cat, or
Oh, yeah.
keep them close, and don't leave them by themselves. They'll be shaking their boots underneath your bed,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and that's not fair to them.
No, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
They have no clue what's going on.
Yeah. So, do you have any other traditions other than visiting with your neighbors?
No, I pretty much stay. St. Patrick's Day and New Year's Eve are two days that you can go out any other day of the year.
Yeah.
And have fun. And plus, it's expensive.
Right.
You want to go someplace,
It's $100
it's
bucks.
$50 to $100
Yeah,
bucks,
yeah,
and
it
that's not including food or drinks. It's
Yeah.
just to get you in and have a hat and a blower. We got the hats and the blowers on the wall here
Yeah, thank you for that. Decorated our studio once again.
for New Year's,
It's very nice. Yeah, all the Christmas.
and then
decorations.
after that, it's done.
Yeah, we got Valentine's Day is our next time we get to visit with you on all those accoutrements, right?
Right.
Yes.
Mhm.
So we get
And
all
then all summer's easy because it's all red, white, and blue.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Yeah, we started that tradition this year, and it worked out real well.
It has, and
Yeah.
plus with the political scene and everyone sitting there and seeing all the red, white, and blue behind them.
Right.
Worked out very well.
Right. It was Casey's show. She would interview a lot of folks that were running for political office. So it was a perfect backdrop.
Yeah.
So,
Well, good,
yes.
good. I'm
Worked
glad.
out real well. Anything on the newspaper?
I didn't get a paper this week.
Oh, so this is all.
This is last week.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, we
Yesterday's
got
news,
a
huh?
couple of snippets, but there's music everywhere this weekend.
Right.
You know, there's you.
Even at the Riverwalk?
The Riverwalk has J.L. Fuchs, Fulks, and he's awesome.
Hmm.
Plus, next week, January 3rd, which is Thursday night, Donna the Buffalo is playing at the Riverwalk, and it's a paid venue. My friends, that's my Christmas present from my friends. We bought a table at the boathouse,
Oh,
or paid for seats at the boathouse to
wow.
hear until we could have dinner and hear the show.
That's a very nice venue.
It
too.
is,
Yeah,
and all the seats along the Riverwalk are going to be paid. You're going to have to buy a seat,
Wow.
and I think they're going to rope it off so that this will happen.
Wow.
I know they had one at the end of December, and they said it went over wonderfully.
Good.
So there's another one, I think in March. They're having 2 or 3. They're trying it out. I need to call Ron Hart. He
Yes.
needs to come in here, and I know he's been busy. So
Mhm.
the first of the year, I'm going to bang on his, and be texting him.
I saw him at the gym not too long ago, and I said, "Well, it's good to see you. I thought you were in Colorado." He said, "Everybody thinks that."
No, he was in Arizona.
Yeah, that's what he
But
said. Yeah.
I saw him. I went to his venue at the Pirates Loft a couple weeks ago with friends,
Mm-hmm.
and the band that he had there was fabulous.
Mm.
The first band was more reggae, and the second band was more like he did his own music with his own. He was like a one-man band, but more like Ed Sheeran, where he popped a beep beep while he sang and
All right.
played on the guitar and the different instruments,
Mm-hmm.
and it was very good. So Ron's back in promoting.
Good. Yeah. Because he was really instrumental in bringing in some really
He's been instrumental in all of Stewart bringing back the music and
Yeah.
and
high quality. I mean, not just.
oh no, it is top notch.
And the way he was able to do that, which I thought was brilliant, is that he would, because a lot of the bands that he was able to book wanted to have at least more than one gig.
Right.
So he would book them one gig at the Riverwalk
Walk
and one
okay.
over at his place
At
at
Terra
Terra
Firmata, but he sold Terra Firmata,
Right,
so that doesn't happen anymore.
right.
But you have to give it to him. He is our music person.
Yeah.
So, and if you're in doubt, go to StewartNightlife.com. We at least have 36 different music venues every weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And you got Sailor's Return, you've got Pelican Cafe, you've got Sneaky Tiki downtown, you've got Terra Firmata, you've got the Crafted Keg, you've got Sailor's Return. I think I said that. You've got the Pirates Loft, you've got Shuckers, you've got Cow G's. I mean, you've got the Gin Mill. I mean, and then it works all the way up from Fort Pierce all the way down through Stewart.
Right.
You
All
know,
the
Manatee Island. Twisted Tuna.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah.
If you're bored in Martin County,
It's your own
At
darn
any time.
fault. Yeah,
and now it's time to get out and do the parks.
yeah.
Get some exercise. That's the motto every New
Right.
Year's is diet and exercise.
Yep.
So let's utilize all our parks, all our kayaking, running, marathons, walking,
Yeah, okay.
put a hoof on.
It sounds good. Yeah, well, and so, yeah, my New Year's resolution. Do you have a New Year's resolution? Because I know I have one. Are you going to just try to,
I do something. I try to do something nice every day for somebody.
right? And you do that. You do that in spades. You do
Yeah.
that extremely well.
So, and New Year's, I want to clean up the house.
Okay.
I'm going to work on the house and get rid of stuff.
All right. So that's going to be your.
If anyone wants stuff, come to my house. I probably have it.
Okay. All right. Very good. Well, I know my New Year's resolution is I want to get to the gym more
Okay.
this year. So that's my New Year's resolution.
Do you and Tiffany walk, don't you?
We do.
Okay.
We get up early and walk. And especially if we walk the beach, we'll do at least 3 or 4 miles.
Good.
But a couple miles in the morning, it's always good,
Yes, it is. I do that every day.
Fresh, clean air, nothing like it. Nothing like it.
So I have to say goodbye to everybody for
Yeah.
2018.
Yeah.
Gerard, have a wonderful New Year's. Bonnie and Tom, if you're listening, have a wonderful New Year's. Beth and Lori, have a wonderful New Year's. Mary, Gary, and Uncle Ron, have a wonderful New Year's. And Frank and Tiffany, Mike and Bonnie here, and Amber and Gary, everybody, and the whole PSL and WSTU.
Staff. Yes, staff and management, we thank you very much for a wonderful year, and we look forward to 2019
Yes, we do.
coming
Thank
up.
you.
All right. Take care.
Ciao for now.
Lucia Capital Group, customizing investment strategies that address our clients' biggest concerns. Here's Ray Lucia Jr., Chairman of Lucia Capital.
All right. We're pretty close. Thank you, Debbie.
Wait, let me put my ears on.